Oh,
Hello.
hi there.
Hi, Ed. Thank you so much for coming on this afternoon,
No worries.
for being flexible.
Goodness. Sorry, I kept trying to get out of it. I was like, damn it. Oh no. I wasn't ready. But it's fine.
Okay. So, Jessica, show me where you are working right now and how has that been working for you up to this point in time? Because I know you said that you normally have an office you go to,
Yeah.
but that's not obviously not.
So yeah, obviously no, I can't go to my office. I am a realtor and my brokerage is currently our physical office is shut down. So I've been working from home more than usual. I'll show you my desk. It's currently in my bedroom. So we can go and take a peek down there. But I'm not really using this space currently. I should be, but I think I'm just doing what all bad agents do. And I'm like working on the sofa or the kitchen counter, the dining room table. But this is my very lovely desk that I've never like put into the proper place.
hmm
Yeah.
So, can you show me the rest of the room just so that I can get a perspective?
I would if my bed was made.
It's okay. So can you show me the rest of that wall and
Yeah, sure. So our dresser is here, and then my bed is directly here. Messy, messy. This desk right now, if I'm looking out, I'm looking north, directly
okay.
north.
Okay. So first of all, there's two reasons why having your desk in this position make it so that it's almost impossible for you to stay focused at work. And number one is you have your back completely exposed. No one ever wants to work with their back exposed like that. It makes you feel like somebody's going to come up and surprise you.
Yeah,
So it's like you're constantly looking out like, oh my god, who what's that noise? What? Wow.
right.
Yeah,
And
and
anytime I've been in here, I've had my headphones in, and I do get surprised by the kids, like, "Mom!" You're like,
and second, you're looking out the window. I mean, I know some people say, oh, but I want to enjoy the pretty view and la la la.
right.
Except your attention is taking a jump in the pool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, your attention's
that
like,
makes sense.
I don't want to do this stinky work stuff. Yeah, I know it makes me money, but money.
Right. Who needs
So
it?
exactly. So why don't now you know so now we totally see why working in your bedroom is not necessarily functioning.
Right.
And plus there's also really no way to separate the working area from the sleeping area.
Right. Yeah.
And no one really wants to be, getting up in the morning and going, "Ugh," first thing they see is I need to go work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll talk about the TV in the bedroom another time.
That's not my choice. That one was not my choice. That is a compromise that I made with my spouse after years of not allowing that. So,
Well, we all have to compromise with our spouses occasionally. Yeah.
so
Anyway,
not my
so
favorite thing either.
well, let's go ahead and go see where you've been. Which part of the house has been your favorite place to work of choice, or where have you been working? You said you've been
Okay.
working at the kitchen table.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's just keep it real. This is quarantine time. I've got 3 children at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we all know that cleaning with children home is like brushing your teeth while eating Oreos. So, so there's the laundry and the kids' stuff comes in here. Groceries were just delivered, so I still have to put some stuff away. But typically, I'm um, at the island here,
Okay.
or I'm at the table, the dining room table here.
Okay. Which both of those places are very functional, but they also feel very, very temporary.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, this isn't where I want to be working at, right? Like I would like to be in my office.
Yeah. Is
Another
there
place, uh-huh.
another spot possibly in the house that desk could be moved to?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have my front living room and I could put the desk here, which would face east,
Okay.
but then my back is still out unless I turn the desk around and have my back to the wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Currently there is a fort here.
Important.
Children in quarantine, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is a large fort that connects to a dog crate, but under this dog crate would be a great place, I think, to put the desk as well. I would have that window to get a little bit distracted with, so there's that. But
So, and is that the front door that I saw?
yes, so
So that's
this
the
would,
front.
yeah.
Okay.
So if the desk were here, I'd be looking out this way.
And what direction? So what direction would that be? That would be
That's directly south.
that's directly south. Okay. So I was looking at your chart. Actually, south and east are both very favorable directions for you.
Okay.
South is actually a little better for you than the east, especially this year because with the 5 yellow being in the east, it's
Right.
that's just that unbalanced energy. Either, but I'm that's not even really a huge consideration. Let's go back and look briefly at where that pillow fort is. Okay, and I see you've got that. I see that you've got a what looks like a whiteboard. Do
Oh,
you
it's my
even
calendar.
okay?
It
Do you guys
it
use it much?
well, so it's funny because I can always tell kind of how chaotic life is getting by the last month that I filled in on the calendar. And typically I'd look and I'd go, "Oh, wow, it's a month behind." But as you can see, this one is blank. So that's I cleaned it right before spring break and our vacation in March. And, I think it's kind of hilarious because realistically, what kind of a sign is that? The calendar is blank and here we are. Here we are.
There
So,
we are.
yeah, but this is that space by the calendar where it typically is. So,
Okay, so underneath the blanket that
yeah.
you said there's the dog crate. Is it would it be functional and possible to
Uh-huh.
put your desk in that spot with your back against the solid wall looking towards the door?
So to be here,
Uh-huh.
um, it is possible. I do have a piano, so we could move the piano to that wall, and then I could have the desk here with my back to the wall facing out for sure. I've had it that way before, actually.
Okay. Is it could you rather than having to disrupt the whole thing, how often are the kids playing piano?
Mm, a few times weekly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not very hard to like move this big guy. He's under here. Let's see. Oh my God. It's like a legit fort. Oh my gosh. Goodness.
Oh.
So yeah.
All right. Well, okay. First of all, I think we really do need to consider the integrity of this fort because you got to make sure that your kids stay sane. Um,
Yeah.
could they rebuild the fort if you moved the piano to that other wall?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay, and that would not impede movement in and out of the rest of the house.
No, actually, it's funny because this front living room has always kind of been a sore spot for me, a stuck spot as far as decorating. Hey, Thomas, Fortnite. Shh. Anyways,
I think it's hilarious that you're talking about Fortnite and we're talking about forts.
forts. I mean, they're
It's a fort. It's a fort kind of a day.
full gamut of the fort situation. Yeah, so this room is hard because I'll just show you. when you walk in, right, if you were to come through the front door, you would walk in, and then you've got this big open room, and the fireplace is here as well. So it's always just been like, what do I do with this space? Because
I am driving.
Thomas, because we have like the whole family room situation, and it's kind of open into the, dining room and kitchen situation as well.
Okay.
So they could absolutely, we could move the piano from here to there, and they could rebuild their fort. I mean, goodness, that gives us a whole nother day's activity. So yay.
Yeah.
That could be Friday. And then I can move to Zoe going. Then I can move my desk over here facing outward.
Right. Yeah. And then you could, and the sort of chairs even, you could actually kind of almost create a little bit of a conversation area with,
Okay.
so to have them kind of angled a little bit more towards each other using that chest in between.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be sort of like a coffee table that would give another, and have that facing the fireplace.
Yeah, that was definitely a consideration before this whole thing happened. I was looking to redecorate this room and do kind of like a round fireplace, a round coffee table in front of the fireplace, and have 4 smaller chairs angled in a conversation, seating around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, again, once you start moving things around, you'll begin to see what will work and what won't work.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed that in the current desk situation in your bedroom, you didn't have a printer. Do you have a printer at your home?
Yeah, so the printer is actually,
Okay.
the printer is actually in my laundry room. There's a built-in desk in there. So it just, is like Wi-Fi, and it prints in there, and we go and get the stuff from there.
Okay. And files, where do you have your files?
Files are in there as well, because there's a big, large cabinet in there, and there's all of our filing drawers are in there. So everything's kept.
How far away from this proposed office space is the laundry room?
Not very far. So proposed office space, and then laundry area, which is, fully working right now. But I have like files down here and printers, and then back behind here is all of, the storage and stuff.
Okay.
So it's very close.
Okay. Well, and the thing that you could also look into is, if necessary, you could even use that chest that you have in there as like an additional horizontal surface. If you needed to like spread some things out on, you could
Gotcha.
actually, commandeer that as a temporary workspace. Because
Right.
again, the desk that you have is not real big.
Right.
But yeah, so give that a try. Definitely get it out of your bedroom, because it's not doing, even though you're not working on it, it's
Right.
still that constant thorn in your side.
Yeah.
And you could even possibly move one of those chairs into your bedroom if you wanted to have a quiet place just to sit and read.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense, actually. Yeah.
Because let's face it, parents, you love your kids, but you love them more when you have space to get, hide occasionally.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. Absence does make the heart grow fonder. So, yeah, we've been in here since the middle of March.
I think you were the one who said 40 days. Somebody said 40 days that they've been in quarantine now no, it is another friend of mine that it has been, 6 weeks, 40 days.
Yeah.
And I was joking. It's like, wow, that's as long as, I grew up Catholic. And so that's as long as Lent was. I didn't realize that we were all giving people up for Lent.
Yeah. I'm Catholic as well, or, I still am Catholic, but, it's definitely a lot more than I planned to give up for Lent, than I had originally set out to do. So.
Yeah. So what do you feel like this was helpful?
Yeah, no, I think that's great. You definitely opened some some new ideas up for me, and it's nice to have a different perspective, because I think a lot of times, there's you can go nose blind to smells in your home, but you can also go like blind to like where things should be, and an outside perspective that takes into account what works best for me based upon my birth date, and the positioning of my house is like so key. I think it's been great. Yeah.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad that you got some good stuff out of here. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to always have to work only at that desk, because
Sure.
again, everybody's got to negotiate spaces.
Yeah.
I think that the next best place, other than where we're going to be moving the desk to, might just be in your bedroom on that chair with maybe like a TV tray or something like that, if you really need to have complete quiet for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, just us being on this little Zoom meeting together, it's like, hello, there's constant interruption, which is not our norm, but it's our current norm, and we kind of have to like embrace it and work with it, be flexible and fluid through it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that could be nice.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just a little thing right there. So one of the other little things that I wanted to share with you, that when I was doing, getting ready for this call, I've printed out this big old thing. You don't need to try to read it, because it's just, there's a lot.
Okay.
But there's two things that I wanted to just bring up to you, that according to this information that I printed out, there's your general, where is that again? The general, like, best energy that you have for working. It's they call it the star of destiny, and yours is the heart. And what that means is you actually are very strong in your analytical reasoning. In other words, you're like, project management is one of your just inherent strong suits. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. And I think as a real estate agent, that comes in handy. So
very much so.
I use all the time.
Yes. So the other thing, though, that is also on this is specifically what to focus on during this coming year, during 2020, and how to advance your career, how to make money, how to, just navigate through this crisis as quickly and as good as possible. Would you be interested in knowing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's called the assistant star, which, again, what they're called is not necessarily here nor there, but it's all about telling a story. So the best way for you this year to capitalize on your obviously, excellent project management skills is to kind of like either rewrite your branding, create a story around why you're the best realtor, or why this house is the best house.
Sure.
And write more, because I do see you out on social media. I see you, putting these different things out there. But yeah, creating that niche.
I think that's a tomato word for sure.
Exactly. But again, so that would be what I would suggest focusing on. So when you move your desk, the first thing I would do is to create more of a family story, have that conversation with your family about, okay, when I'm sitting here, I'm at work, and I need everybody to respect my boundaries. And, this is how we need to create this little, carve out this little spot here for me, so that we can all be working together. In exchange, these are the times when I will be working, and the times when I'm not going to be working, so that we can go and have fun. Where have the kids been doing their schoolwork?
So that has been varied as well. Some days they are all at the dining room table. Some days they are at their individual desks in their room. Some days they feel more comfortable sitting in the dog crate. Zoe worked from the dog crate yesterday. Today she's worked out of the fort.
Sorry. That's
You
great.
know, it's just
Dog crate school, man.
we're just going with the flow here.
Yeah,
Whatever
okay.
feels good and comfy for them that day is what is just going to be fine for now. So,
You know, there's beauty in that level of flexibility. Simply because what's happening is you're honoring where their energy is that day
yeah.
and teaching them that they have the power to also follow what they need to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're all in this together, and it's as much just as weird for them as it is for me. And so, like, you know, I think some days during this, we don't work so much and we watch TV all day, or maybe we spend a day out in the garden, or, you know, we have a happy day or a crybaby day and just like need to stay in bed and, you know, have extra water and extra fresh fruits and stuff. But if you need to lay in the dog crate to do your reading assignment, like knock yourself out right now. That's fine by me.
Now, your husband, where is he? Does he work very much in the house too, or does he have a designated spot for himself?
No, he does not really work in the house since, well, this whole thing's been weird. So, he lost his job at the restaurant that he was working at for 25 years. So that's that. But we also together build and design custom raised garden beds for people to grow veggies at home with. And before this, too, we were running a concession stand business for Tampa Bay United Soccer League.
Wow.
But obviously, everything's done. So right now he's renovating a client's house, and then he has like construction jobs coming up, like building decks and putting up a fence. So he's in and out of the house. His main space, I would say, that he works from is like the garage if he's cutting wood and doing stuff, you know.
Okay. So he doesn't need like a desk space
No.
or okay. Wow, those garden beds, those sound really cool. Are those things that are they like kits that you mail out, or does he put them together on site?
They're put together on site. So the majority of the construction gets done at our home and our garage and stuff, and then he goes on site and puts them together the rest of the way for clients. Depending on how complicated the design is.
What kind of what's the largest geographic area that you guys do that?
So we used to do this a lot a long time ago, like maybe 6 years, 7 years ago. Maybe it's 8. Oh, I don't know. But the farthest that we went out during that time was like Pinellas County, which is out towards the beaches. And then the farthest north at that time that we went was like the New Tampa Wesley Chapel area.
Okay. Because I thought you were in Tampa.
I am in Tampa, but like New Tampa Wesley Chapel Tampa's 14 miles top to bottom. And I live in the middle of it. And then we have South Tampa that literally has like a little peninsula type look to it. Mm-hmm. And it's 14 miles top to bottom. We're in the middle. And then if you go north up like 275, I-75, you get to what they call New Tampa, but it's Wesley Chapel mainly. So you can get into a whole different, Tampa's a weird thing. We call a lot of things Tampa here that just, it can be strict. It's a very, very broad area, right? It's like every different neighborhood is literally like a different city almost.
I have not been there yet, so at some point in time I'm going to have to go. But
yeah,
at least if nothing else, I'll go explore on the maps and go on Google
yeah,
Maps.
I think it would be fine if you or fun for you to look up, like, go on Google Maps and just look up like neighborhoods in Tampa, and then you'll see how large it really is. Like, it's crazy.
Well, living in Texas, I do know sprawl. After I lived in the DFW area for a while, and Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot. There's a lot. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that's very cool. Since the garden piece and all of that, if you want to shoot me your website, I can link it to this
Yeah,
somehow. And
sure.
who knows? Who knows? People might need to go buy more,
Well,
garden things.
honestly, I think during this time, growing your own food is a very smart move
Yeah.
to become more and more sustainable and independent as families, I think, and as communities even.
Well, again, as a just a way to get connected with the land, the fact is,
Mhm.
when you lose that, you lose the a lot of the intentionality
Mhm.
of your diet.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
you appreciate things. Well,
Mm.
okay, so do you have any other questions for me?
Um, no, I don't think that I do. Or, well, maybe one. Are there
Okay.
any certain colors that I should put into my office space?
So with your office space facing south the way it
Mhm.
is, um, and your desk being as small as it is, I'd rather you keep the real estate available for doing, as I, bang on my own computer, as you, so you can spread things out, so you can actually have access to those kind of things.
Sure.
Um, you could easily bring in some, like a little bit of red, a little for the south, always helps with that.
Okay.
I saw that the inside of your front door was it like a blue, teal,
Turquoise.
turquoise?
It's my jam. Yeah.
Okay. You, with that front door facing south, that is something I would consider repainting that from that blue color. I know.
We'll have to overcompensate with maybe some red flowers towards the front of the home.
And that you can do. You can do that. You can also bring in oranges. Orange is a color that, especially if it's a bright orange,
Uh-huh.
can symbolize health as well as that fire element. Pale orange, peach, I would stay away from. Those
Okay.
those those tend to activate more transition, and I think we're all needing a little more stability right now.
Yeah, probably.
So the other thing though that adds a lot of focus are like greens, vertical, anything
Okay.
that has like a focus and some place that it's going to go. That's one of the reasons why I love my bamboo plants, just because bamboo is
Well, it's
focused.
funny. I actually have a plant that goes right at the front, by the front door that hangs in front of the big clear glass portion. And it's a hanging plant. It's getting watered outside right now, but it's very bright green and it almost nearly touches the ground. So it's
Oh
quite
wow!
a focal point once it's back up.
So that kind of a plant typically has a lot of flowy water energy.
Hmm.
And so that particular plant, I would actually classify that one as almost more of a water element than a
Okay.
wood element, because
Oh,
it's draping like that. That would be wonderful in either the north or the east
okay.
or the southeast.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
southeast is the wealth and abundance sector. So southeast is great for bringing in money for long term. That's building a legacy. It is
I
that long term thing. Now, again, how to make money like now? That's the northeast. That's the skills and
Okay.
knowledge sector. That is again being able to tap into whatever skill set you have, no matter where it came from before. What, you got the look on your face?
I have a puppy licking my leg. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, there's also dogs in this chaotic home.
Well, sounds like it's a house filled with love.
Tons of love, lots of souls in here.
Yay. That's a good thing.
Mm.
Anyway, well, do me a favor after
Sure.
you move things around, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, this weekend, next week, whatever, shoot me a quick email. I'd love
Okay.
to see the after shot.
Sure.
Yeah. And so artwork. Didn't even talk about artwork behind you. I probably would not get too focused on rearranging all of the artwork, since this is, again, largely a temporary situation and temporary
Sure.
solution. But if things start to feel a little unbalanced,
Mhm.
or like you're not getting enough support, you can always get some pictures of mountains behind you.
Okay.
So
Good good little tip to keep in mind for sure.
or some nice, pictures of nice big trees. So
I've got
anyway.
these great palm tree things behind me
Oh, well, there you go. I like it.
with the water though, so I don't know.
That's fine. No, that works. That works. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that'll work.
This has been great, Beverly. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I really appreciate you.
I'll talk to you soon. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.